Hello, I'm Ben Maracle. Welcome to Where Hollywood is Taken Seriously. Today, my guest, Steven Sibilia, and I will be reviewing the latest comic book film, Venom, which is directed by Ruben Fleischer. I will warn you that there are spoilers in this review.
So the first thing I want to start off with is just the one word that can kind of describe this movie as a whole is lazy to me. And I think we both agree on that, is the characters, the story, the dialogue, just anything is just, it's lazy. It's simple. It was done in like 5 minutes. There's no effort put into it. It's clear that they just want to use this as like a springboard to start their own universe. And so they just waste this opportunity to try to start that whole thing with the other Spider-Man movies. And it's just kind of a shame because this could have been good. They could have made this good, but they didn't because they didn't try. No one gave any effort here. I mean, the actors, most of them tried their best.
Tom Hardy, though. Tom Hardy was good.
Tom Hardy was good. He was hands down the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
And then there's like Michelle Williams and Woody Harrelson. I thought like you could even see it with them. They knew it was bad, what they were saying. They knew the dialogue was bad and that the movie was bad. And it kind of just looked like they were tired of doing it. Like it was exhausting for them to have to put up with this movie.
Well, when it comes to Michelle Williams, it was almost like, oh, I did a superhero movie. It's on my resume now.
Yeah,
Great.
You crossed it off the bucket list.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. It was just, this movie there was no point to it, really. It just started, happened, and it ended. And everything was so abrupt in the movie, mainly due to editing. Because originally this was supposed to be rated R and was marketed like it was going to be, and then Sony came out and said, no, it's going to be PG-13 because they want bigger box office success and to start this universe off.
Well, that's true, and there was no hard R.
Yeah, no, it was...
You could tell.
Yeah.
There were scenes where there should have been blood.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no blood.
Nothing.
They just cut it out. You could tell.
Yeah, and it was some scenes would end really quickly, or the tone would change, the tone of the characters' voices would change, and it would start to not make sense what was happening because everything was happening so quick. And it's just because they had to edit out the scenes that were for the R to make it the PG-13. And I mean, they didn't put any effort into it, although how good can you make it when you announce this like a month or two before the release of the movie? And now they have to just rush to edit all these scenes in and out and try to make a cohesive story, and they failed
at that. But I did like Eddie Brock.
The character?
Yeah. Going, investigating in this building and stuff and seeing what this horrible man is doing to these people.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Mm-hmm. The thing I had with that was, remember with that scientist... can't remember her name, but Dr. Skirth. She goes and she gets to Eddie and says, Eddie, I need your help with this. I don't really know what she needed his help with because all he did once he went into that laboratory was take pictures and then get attacked and then the symbiote got on to him.
Oh, I from what I got out of the movie, she needed help because she wanted a reporter to report it.
Yeah. Right, The thing I was wondering is why didn't she just do that herself?
Well, she's not a reporter, she's a scientist.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, it kind of just seemed like they're taking Eddie, and they're like, character needs to do something with character so character can get to this point in story. And it's just like they're tic-tac, like connecting the dots here. Right. And it was just like they're doing stuff just so the movie can get taken on, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff happens just so the plot can go on, but not in a good way. And
that is because of the editing.
Yeah, exactly.
And... who do we blame? Maybe we blame the editors.
Yeah, well, I blame the company that forced the editors to do that. Sony. Yeah,
it's true. But they really should have kept it in R.
Yeah,
there's no excuse.
Yeah, as is, the movie wasn't even that successful Or it was pretty successful, unfortunately. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Even with the PG-13, I don't think enough people are going to go end up seeing it.
I think they'll get enough money to do Carnage.
Do Carnage?
And then that will be it.
That'll be it, yeah. I just hope these rights go back to Marvel. I don't want them with Sony. Marvel already has Spider-Man. So why does Sony still have all this other stuff? I mean, I get it. It costs money. They need to buy it. But what is Sony doing? Sony doesn't even know what Sony's doing.
Sony's a mess.
Yeah.
And Disney has the money to buy all that content.
Just, I don't understand why it's still
They
happening.
will not get a good universe out of this.
Absolutely not.
But there is one scene that bothered me a lot.
Okay.
Because it reminded me too much of the 1992 film Batman Returns.
Okay.
It's when Eddie goes back home and he just starts eating and eating and eating.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I thought, I remember when Selena Kyle went back to her apartment and just started drinking milk and then eventually becomes this villain.
Yeah.
Catwoman.
Yeah, so I see what you're saying there. It's like the same thing. They get, like, I guess you could say possessed or something, and then they go back to their apartment or house or whatever, and they start doing all this weird stuff, mainly eating and drinking for whatever reason. And it's a weird thing that I see a lot, and I can get why this movie did it, because they're lazy and can't really think of anything else to do with the character. And they need Eddie to be in his hotel room, so when the security guards come in to capture him, they can get this cool action scene and do all this stuff. Once again, it's the character needing to be in the place at the time so the story can get moved along. And that's just the whole theme that I noticed, is just that this character needs to be here, so we're just going to write in some scene with no explanation as to why they're there.
And you know what? There probably was explanation, but it was cut out.
Yeah, it was cut out.
It was cut out. And Venom was not scary.
Yeah, Venom wasn't scary.
I don't think it could even scare an 11-year-old.
Yeah, probably not. And I thought what I liked, I would have liked to see a scarier Venom. What they did I thought was fine, with the kind of comedic aspect of how Eddie and Venom, they play off of each other. But what I didn't like is why Venom decides to save the world now. Because remember, his plan in the beginning is to invade Earth and they eat all humans. But now he just randomly sides with Eddie because he says he's a loser on his planet. And they do it kind of to get a laugh out of the audience. But it's really just a dumb reason for him to change his entire plan and start being a good guy again. It doesn't make any sense. It was ridiculous.
No, it doesn't. It was pretty much pointless except for that plot where he was investigating, which I actually found that entertaining.
That was the only
entertaining
entertaining aspect of the movie.
There's no comedy in any of it. No laughs.
Yeah, no.
Except for Stan Lee.
Yeah,
when he comes.
They try to make us laugh a lot. And they fail almost every single time.
Oh, I thought they failed every time except once.
Yeah, except for the Stan Lee thing. I was mad that Stan Lee was in the movie, because I don't want him in a movie like this, because it's a bad movie. And it's like an insult to the character almost, right? Because we all know Sony doesn't care about what they're making. They're just putting it out for money. And now Stan Lee's going to be in it, representing in this movie, and it's kind of ridiculous. And I wish he wasn't in it, but they got him.
Yeah, that's true. And one more thing, and I know we disagreed on this, is the final battle.
Oh, yeah, because you liked it, right, because it was just two people instead
of... Yeah, it was two people, and they just fought, and that was it.
Yeah.
It's not 500 superheroes battling one monster.
Yeah, so I agree with you there. I do like the small scale of it, and with that it's only two characters. I just thought the way it was directed was nauseating, just seeing these CGI monsters try and fight each other and punch each other, and they're moving around, and I couldn't focus on what was going on at all. I just saw stuff happening on screen, and then in the end, when Riot, the villain symbiote, goes up in the helicopter, and Venom, not the helicopter, the airplane, and Venom, slashes the plane and blows it up.
Right.
And then remember, he says goodbye, Eddie, and he dies basically.
Yeah.
And then he just comes back the next scene.
I know.
With no explanation whatsoever. And that's also due to the editing, but it was just like, wait, why is he back now? What happened to bring him back?
Well, that's why they have the word sequel.
Yeah, right. They didn't want to bring him for a sequel, which I hope they never get, but they might.
Yeah. What did you give it?
I give Venom a D-.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Thanks.
I give Venom a C. Thanks for watching, and I hope you keep watching my future reviews. You can like Where Hollywood is Taken Seriously on Facebook. You can also email me at wherehollywoodistakenseriously@gmail.com with your thoughts and opinions on Venom. And remember, this is Where Hollywood is Taken Seriously.